Namaskar. Welcome to Ancient Wisdom. Sagotra Vivah. What is it? What is its significance? And why is it prohibited? And to what extent it is prohibited? That is what we will see in today's video. Gotra simply means family. Family with the same male ancestor. And Sagotra Vivah is prohibited because you are not supposed to marry in the same family. That is called as intermarriage or consanguinity. You are not supposed to get married to a person who is close to your male ancestor. The consequences were not known earlier, but today science says that if you get married to a close relative, especially from the father's side, then the chances of the progeny having birth defects or being prone to variety of diseases increases. So this is the reason, if we say so now, that even in law, Sapinda Vivaha or marriage within 3 generations of the same male ancestor is prohibited. In the sense, a person, his father and his grandfather are 3 generations, and anybody with that same lineage would be considered to be brothers and sisters, and that is why their marriage is prohibited. In other countries, this kind of system to trace your lineage does not exist other than recent times. But in Hinduism, this system has existed for time immemorial. The whole world has been considered to have been originated from Kashyap Rishi and his wives. So from Diti came the Daitya, from Aditi came the Dev, and so on and so forth. And each Rishi Muni gave the name, his own name, to the family that he created. Over the generations, the lineage keeps getting diluted, and that is where the Pravar starts. Pravar is like a subdivision. For practical purposes, we can consider Gotra and Pravar as the same. So each Rishi has his own Gotra. What is your Gotra? That is your family. And that is where you should not intermarry. But now, in today's times, is it so much prohibited? Are there any leeways? Because 2 people with the same surname may not have the same Gotra. Or 2 people with the same Gotra may not have any connection for generations together. Yes, for this, it is said that you need to see, if the Gotra is same, you need to see at least 3 generations back whether you have any male connection. If there is no male connection for 3 generations, in some cases up to 7 generations, then it is okay to get married because it is no more a Sagotra Vivaha. And interestingly, that you can see, because of this system, consanguinity or intensity of intermarriage is much lesser in India than even the African subcontinent, because they didn't have any data to check whether there is an intermarriage or not. Whereas in India, we have been following this system for many generations, so far as we can remember. Each person has a Gotra, has to have a Gotra. Does not matter his Varna. He will have a Gotra and he will have instant map to his lineage. And this is why Indian subcontinent is having maximum human density. African subcontinent has much lesser human density, but still the level of consanguinity in the Caucasian, in US, in Africa and India, if they are compared, India has got the least consanguinity. Thanks to our Rishi Muni and their ancient wisdom, who made it mandatory that we should not be marrying in the same gotra. Also, to check whether the male progeny is same, or rather to see that a better progeny is created, they also put in some more restrictions which are loosely followed. Not from the same village, not from the same water source, not from the same family, not from the same surname, not from similar background, and no hypergamy. These are the conditions which have been put up by Rishi Muni, and each condition has its significance but needs to be followed with proper advice and attention to detail. That is ancient wisdom. Namaskar.